Welcome to today's episode of Sold! Exclamation point. One thing you should know about me is I almost never match, but I actually do in a little bit of a way. So I have my Julius Peppers jersey on today, who plays for the Panthers, and my Alley Cats hat. Cats, Panthers, I match. So, on to today's sales. I don't have a total for you. I'm going to say a little over 200. Let's get right into it. First off, we have jersey t-shirts. Now, here's the thing about jersey t-shirts. They are not worth a lot of money. I wonder if in 10, 15, 20 years they'll actually be something that people target as an inexpensive collection to build, and then they might start rising in price as demand rises. However, the exception to that is player. There are some players who aren't going to have a jersey. They didn't make a lot of jersey tees for them, and so when you find them, it's a good one to get. So I think in the past I've sold like a Matt Lawton. You know, your choices for the consumer are limited. I think I got 20 for that instead of maybe 10 shipped for a Joe Mauer or a Justin Morneau. So in my market, Mauer and Morneau, they're just all over the place. 10 shipped, unless you can find a 3XL or 4XL or 5XL. Then you're going to sell it based on size, not on player. This was a pretty good one. This was a Tome. He was only with the team for a couple years. They didn't make a ton of his shirts, so and popular player. So we got 20 shipped for this, which is which is higher than what a common player would go for by about double. Next up is a Gophers bowl game shirt. This is one where every time the Gophers go to a bowl game, there's a company that makes a special shirt for that trip. So they're actually selling the trip, and then they make the shirt as an add-on. They don't sell for a whole lot, but I like them. They're fun. That's a cool shirt, even though we lost this game, stepping on his head and everything. 14 for that. Here is a real nice Gophers hoodie. Got it. Camera's reverse of me, so I'm always got a nice side patch. All sewn script in the front, very well done. It's actually a newer hoodie, probably last 5 years or so, but great condition. A signature concepts, which is, I'll show I've done well. They're a college. They have the college license. Let's get up a little closer. They have the college license for many teams, at least many of Minnesota teams. Sells well. They make nice stuff. Worth picking up as long as the price is right. Next up, we have a Tri-City Alley Cats. That would have matched with my jersey today as well, even though it's all red. 20 shipped for that. This is 2010 champion. It's not even 10 years old yet. I don't know if the champion patch probably actually hurt the value rather than helped it. So 20 shipped for that. We have a painter's cap. Looks to be early 80s. It's got that weird strap in the back, which is something I don't usually see. Made by AJD. Some people like to use these as pinback hats because they're real loose on your head. They like to put all their pins in here too. You'll see some of those guys at the game. Next up is what I like to call the buyer for everything. Last year I found an auction, bought a bunch of stuff from there, did very well on that auction. It was an estate where the guy collected everything. He had a collection. He had a music collection. He had sports collections. He had a bunch of hats. He had a bunch of posters. It was crazy. I loved it. One of the lots was a bunch of pennants that were mostly travel pennants, maybe all travel pennants. And I put in a minimum bid and like 20 or 30 of them, and I got the thing for $5. So I was like, all right. Well, in that lot were some pennants I would have never picked up. But since I had it and the cost of selling it was just the time it takes to list, this little guy sold. Heavily faded, pinhole rip on the tip, very small. College of Hard Knocks. It's old. It's probably 70s. 13 shipped. So this was basically a free pennant to me. And so, yeah. If you're into something for free, there's a buyer for everything. That's the lesson of that one. We had another great press photo. This was from the last game at the Metropolitan Stadium. And it's called The Day of the Locust. I know that because Fred Anderson wrote Day of the Locust. And it's really cool because everybody went down in the field. They were stealing chairs. They were stealing the grass. So I got another one where they're literally digging up grass to bring home with them. But this one is, I think they're stealing the tarp. So they were nuts. And there's actually another photo in that collection where on the scoreboard it says, "Please don't damage stadium." Nobody paid attention to that message. Another one, another media guide. It's a 91 Dodgers. 13 shipped. Oh, by the way, that pennant was 13 shipped. I don't know if I mentioned that. The photo was 25. So, again, another media guide. I've said this before. You want to be a media guide extremely cheap, or don't get them. I mean, almost quarter, 50 cents a book. So I got 13 for this, and you're going, well, if you get it for 13, that's a pretty good flip. The sell-through rate's so low. I have probably 400 media guides listed, 500, and so I'll show them that they sell on this video, but it's just one here, one there, one there, one there. So I would really stay away unless they're early 60s or before, or if you're into them extremely cheap as a lot. So that's my advice on media guides. Media guides can be shipped media mail. It's a reference book, not a vehicle for advertising. And last up, we have 3 The Smoky Collection sales. Paul DeJong. This is my second DeJong I've shown on a video. 9 for that. Ian Happ, pretty solid player. 9 for that. 2 different buyers from the same set. And our big guy, finally the best for last, which I don't normally like to do, but a 1997 Bowman's Best Roy Halladay rookie auto. 129 for this. This could either go out to a Halladay collector or someone who's trying to build the set. The rookie is not worth that much right now, maybe a 5 spot. But at one point it might have been going for 20, 25. So most people would have been reluctant to get an autograph and would have chose to get a less expensive card sign. So that actually might be a relatively rare card if you're trying to complete the set. As most of us know, Halladay had passed in an airplane accident a little while back, and so whatever he signed before he passed, that's what's out there. And that would be a set that I think there's a number of people trying to collect. So that person is extremely happy, whether or not he's a Halladay collector or he's trying to build a set. It's a very hard card to find. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have another one for you tomorrow, and have a great New Year's Eve tonight.